base, your message will reach a wide audience effectively.
Extensive network. iRadio is not just a radio station. It's a network of interconnected stations. When you partner with iRadio, we'll broadcast your program across multiple locations such as Wow, Awil, Kwajo, Yambio, Bor, Rang, Malakal, and Balliet, ensuring maximum coverage and impact.
Regional presence. iRadio footprint extends to the states of Western and Northern Bahr el Ghazal, Western and Central Equatoria, Jonglei, Upper Nile, and Wara.
Live
by collaborating with
Juba,
iRadio.
on air and online.
This is iRadio News.
Hello, good morning. This is iRadio News. First, here are the headlines. The foreign and water ministers of South Sudan and Ethiopia have held high-level talks in Juba aimed at strengthening bilateral relations and expanding cooperation between the two neighboring countries. The Central Equatorial State Government has strongly condemned ongoing acts of illegal land grabbing following an assessment visit led by the Deputy Governor Paulino Lokudu Obede to areas affected by reported unlawful land activities in Juba County. And also, Ugandan authorities have cut internet access and limited mobile services across the country 2 days before an election in which President Yoweri Museveni will stand for a contentious 7th term after 4 decades in power. These stories and more coming to you in this news bulletin with me, Lasuba Memo, and now the news in detail. The foreign and water ministers of South Sudan and Ethiopia have held bilateral talks in Juba focused on strengthening cooperation between the two countries. On Tuesday, South Sudan's Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Ambassador Mande Simaya Kumba, met with Ethiopia's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Gideon Timotheus, who was accompanied by the Minister of Water and Energy, Dr. Engineer Habtamu Itefa Geleta, and senior officials. The meeting reviewed issues of mutual interest and explored ways to enhance cooperation in trade, economic development, education, infrastructure, and water and energy sectors. Both sides reportedly underscored the importance of continued collaboration to advance shared priorities and strengthen bilateral relations. Also in attendance was South Sudan's Minister of Water Resources and Irrigation, James Mawech Makwach, the Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Ambassador Akwei Bona Molwal, the Undersecretary of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Ambassador Agnes Adlino Orifa Oswaha, and other senior government officials. The Central Equatorial State Government has condemned acts of illegal land grabbing following an assessment visit led by the Deputy Governor Paulino Lokudu Obede to areas affected by reported unlawful land activities in Juba. The Deputy Governor on Tuesday led the State Government Security Committee to Kadaro Village in Rajapayam and the Don Bosco area locations identified in official state security reports as land grabbing hotspots. Briefing the media after the visit, the Minister of Local Government and Law Enforcement Agencies, Leon Abe Brown, said the sites were selected based on verified security reports and documented evidence. Minister Brown expressed serious concern that some individuals are illegally taking land belonging to private citizens, institutions, and the church and fraudulently selling it to unsuspecting members of the public. He specifically cited attempts to illegally acquire land belonging to St. Vincent Church, saying that the institution provides vital public services including education and health care. The minister said that such illegal practices violate the rights of lawful landowners, fuel land-related conflicts, and undermine land administration systems and the rule of law. The Central Equatorial State Government reiterated its zero-tolerance stance on land grabbing and illegal land sales, urging citizens to follow lawful and recognized procedures when acquiring land. The assessment visit drew senior state officials, local authorities, and security agencies aimed at protecting public, institutional, and private land and to promoting what the state government described as orderly and sustainable development across the state. Eastern Equatoria State Governor Luis Lobong Rajore has indefinitely suspended 3 county commissioners over public complaints, mismanagement of resources, and failures in security enforcement. Those suspended are Benjamin Olum Polepole of Magui County, Paul Lokale of Kapoita South County, and Christopher Andrew Phillipson Abili of Torrid County. Governor Lobong announced the decision while presiding over a swearing-in ceremony where he said the action followed sustained complaints from the public despite acknowledging the energy and effort shown by the Magui County Commissioner. On Torrid County, the governor accused Commissioner Christopher Andrew of abandoning his responsibilities, leaving the governor to effectively run county affairs. The governor also raised concerns over multiple and illegal taxation by institutions not authorized to collect revenue, describing the practice as a burden on public. Governor Lobong warned the newly appointed commissioners against the misuse of public funds and urged them to actively pursue and apprehend criminals within their counties to improve security. He stressed that the suspensions are indefinite and said caretaker commissioners will manage the county affairs. The governor further cautioned officials against misleading youth with false promises and emphasized the need for accountability during public engagements. This is our radio news, and now to the international scene. Ugandan authorities cut internet access and limited mobile services across the country on Tuesday, 2 days before an election in which President Yoweri Museveni will stand for a contentious 7th term after 4 decades in power. It justified the decision on the grounds of public safety to prevent online misinformation, disinformation, and electoral fraud, as well as preventing the incitement of violence. Earlier this month, the Ugandan Communications Commission described reports of an internet blackout as mere rumors, saying the commission's role was to guarantee uninterrupted connectivity nationwide. During the last election in 2021, which saw widespread protest with dozens killed, the internet was cut for at least a week. Elsewhere, more than 2,000 people have been killed during the violent crackdown by security forces on protest in Iran, a human rights group has said, as President Donald Trump promised Iranians that help was on its way. The US-based human rights activist news agency Harna reported that it had so far confirmed the killing of 1,850 protesters, 135 people affiliated with the government, and none uninvolved civilians, as well as 9 children over the last 17 days, despite an internet blackout. An Iranian official has told Reuters that 2,000 people had been killed, but that terrorists were to blame. Trump will attend a meeting about Iran and has pledged to get accurate death toll figures. This is iRadio Morning News, and to end this bulletin, here's a recap of the headlines. The foreign and water ministers of South Sudan and Ethiopia have held high-level talks in Juba aimed at strengthening bilateral relations and expanding cooperation between the two neighboring countries. The Central Equatorial State government has condemned ongoing acts of illegal land grabbing following an assessment visit led by the Deputy Governor Paulino Lokudo Bede to areas affected by reported unlawful land activities in Juba County. And Ugandan authorities have cut internet access and limited mobile services across the country 2 days before an election in which President Yoweri Museveni will stand for a contentious 7th term after 4 decades in power. That's the end of iRadio Morning News. If there is a story or an event you'd like iRadio to cover or report about, please send us a text message at +211 925 287870. It's also a WhatsApp number. Follow us on X at iRadio Juba, like our Facebook page iRadio, subscribe to our YouTube channel at iRadio South Sudan. You can also visit our website and listen to us online at www.iradio.org. Stay tuned for news in Arabic at 8 o'clock. I am Lasuba Memo. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening to iRadio.